So we're going to use a u-substitution here because it says that in the title. But if you look at it, does it kind of look like, you know, a quadratic? Well, what am I going to look for? This middle term here, that x to the 1/3, that's what I would like to have be u. Because see, I have 5x to the 1/3 squared. That x to the 2/3, see, if you multiply 2 times 1/3, you'd get the 2/3. So I have something squared plus 11 times that x to the 1/3, you know, plus 2 equaling 0. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the x plus 1/3, or x to the 1/3. X to the 1/3 equals u. That's the u substitution. So now I'm going to write this as 5u squared plus 11u plus 2 equals 0. Okay. So I'm hoping that this factors. I'm going to show you the AC method just so you can see it again. But I need two numbers that multiply to be 10 and add to be 11. And that's going to be 10 and 1. So I'm going to write 5u squared plus 10u plus 1u plus 2 equals 0. And it doesn't matter if I put the 10 first or the 1 first, but that middle term is splitting up that way. Okay, it's a grouping thing. There's my dotted line. Factor out the GCF. In this case, it's 5u plus, and then factor out what they have in common, these two, but it's just 1. So it'll be 1 times u plus 2. And then the big thing is the binomial the same for both of them? Yes. So I don't know if you want it in front or back, but you get 5u plus 1 times u plus 2 equals 0. Okay, this is going nicely, a little bit longer because we had to do the grouping thing. But you could have used trial and error to factor it as well. Okay, so when we're setting it equal to 0, I'm thinking, when does 5u plus 1 equal 0? And when does u plus 2 equal 0? Well, here I'm going to get the negative 2. U equals negative 2. And over here I'll have to subtract 1 and then divide by 5. And so I get u equals negative 1/5. Okay, great. That was a lot of work. And all we did was find u. So we have two solutions for u, but we're supposed to find values for x. So I'm going to go back to this, my u substitution, and now I'm going to plug in the values I got for u, one at a time. Okay, so first, what was it? Negative 1/5? I think it was negative. Oh, well, I wrote it wrong, but it was supposed to be a negative. You're probably going, why did she have that 2 in there? It was a negative 1/5. Okay, yeah. Okay. So x to the 1/3 equals negative 1/5. Now, how do you solve that? Well, we were just doing some equations like that. You're going to have to raise both sides to the 3rd power. Okay, and now we get x equals, so I got to cube this. Cube the numerator, cube the denominator. I'm going to get negative 1 over 125. Okay, so that's one answer. I don't have to check it because we raised it to the 3rd power. So it wasn't an even power, it was odd, so we're okay. What was my other answer? Negative 2? I think it was negative 2. So now my other one's going to be x to the 1/3 equals negative 2. Okay, I'm going to raise both sides to the 3rd power. And so I get x equals negative 8. So I get two solutions, negative 1 over 125 and negative 8. I don't have to check them because I was raising it to the 3rd power. It wasn't an even power, so I'm good. Because I raised it to the 3rd power, and that's an odd number, there's no chance of extraneous roots.